Just a quick one here. I have two questions under speed. So the first question is saying a car travels a distance of 540 kilometers from Lusaka to Katete in 10 hours, and then find the average speed in kilometers per hour and meters per second. Now, uh, you have to understand that when they have said find the average speed, you just have to write the formula for the average speed. So the formula that we can use for the average speed is equal to total distance over total time taken. Now, if we collect the data, we are going to find out that it took 540 kilometers to be our what? Our distance there. And then it also it took 10 hours. So our time is equal to 10 hours, like that. Therefore, uh, we already have the formulas, which simply means that we just have to substitute there. Now, our total distance will be 540 kilometers, and then we divide this by 10 hours, like that. And then our answer becomes, as you can see, 0 and 0, they are going to cancel. 1 into 54, it will be just 54, and then you write your kilometer there per, which means that we are dividing with hours. Therefore, we have found our first answer to be kilometer per hour. So you can just write 54 kilometer per hour, like that, or yeah, just like that, it's okay. Now, they have said that we should also find this in meters per second. So one thing that you have to understand is the conversions from kilometers to meters and from hours to seconds. Now, for converting time, we are going to have two steps, but for converting kilometers to meters, there's only one step. Now, we are going to also use dimensional analysis in order for us to get our answer. Now, in this case, our 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. You have to master this. And also, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, because we can't go direct from hours to seconds because there's also minutes. And then 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. We are going to use these three in order for us to come up with our answer. So the way dimensional analysis operates, you just have to put the the units in opposite so that they cancel each other. What do we mean? So in the case where we have our 54 there, our 54 kilometer uh, per hour, so we can just write it in this way because there was hour down there when we were calculating. Now we say we multiply this with our conversions. So we are going to begin with 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. Now, as you can see on top there we have kilometers, which simply means that down we have to put kilometers because that's the only way they are going to cancel themselves, because they will divide. So we are going to put kilometers down, and we are going to put meters up because 1 kilometer is close to 1000 meters. And then as you can see on meters we have 1000, so you write your 1000 there. And on kilometer we are having a 1, so you write your 1, like that. and then we multiply this by, we are not done because we want to convert hours to seconds as well. As you can see, we are having hour down, therefore an hour must go up. So we put hour up, and then it equivalent to seconds there. I mean to minutes, sorry. So it's equivalent to minutes, therefore we write minutes down. And then as you can see, in minutes, I mean 2 minutes, we're having 60, so you write your 60 there. And then to hour, we're having a 1 there, so you write your 1 like that. Also, you say multiply this by, now as you can see, we're having a minute down there. So what you do, you just say, you put a minute opposite a minute there, you have right opposite because they are going to cancel, and then you write your seconds down. And then as you can see, and 2 seconds, you're having a 60, so which simply means you're going to write a 60 there. And then 2 minutes, we are having a 1, so you write your 1 like that. And then when you are done with this, you just multiply everything on top, and then you multiply everything down, and then you divide. And then we are going to cancel our units. So kilometer and kilometer, they are opposite, they will cancel. Hour and hour, they are opposite, they will cancel. Minute and minute, they are also opposite, they will cancel. And then what you do, you grab your calculator there, and then you just say 54 multiplied by 1000 there, and then you multiply by a 1, and then you also multiply it by a 1 there. We are going to get 54,000, and then we are only remaining with meters, so you write your meters like that, and then you divide this by, now down here we are having a 1, so you say 1 multiplied by 1, 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by a 60 multiplied by a 60, so you say 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by a 60 multiplied by a 60, you are going to get 3600. But then as you can see, we are having a seconds down there, so we have a second like that. And then we divide this. Now in dividing, as you can see, 0 and 0, they are going, 0 and 0, they are going, which simply means that we are going to have 540 divided by 36, and then you are going to get 15, and then you are remaining with meters there, and then this division means per, and then you write your seconds like that. So that is our answer. So for the first one, our answer was 54 kilometers, and for our second is 15 meters per second. Our first one was 54 kilometer per hour. So that is how you find, and that is how you convert this. Now for the second one, you can pause the video and then you try it as well. It is very easy, you just have to follow the steps. So you walk from Chinsari to St. Francis, a distance of 6 kilometers in 50 minutes. Find the average speed in meters per seconds. So you just say average speed is equal to total time, and then you divide this by, I mean not total time, so on top we are supposed to have total distance, total distance on top because it is distance over time. So total distance, and then you have total time, total time taken, and then we correct your data. Now our total distance is equal to 6 kilometers, and then our total time is equal to 50 minutes, like that, which simply means that where there is total distance, you're going to put 6 kilometers like that, and then you divide this by 50 minutes. Now, when you reach at this point, there are many ways of you on how to come up with meters per second. If you want, you can first divide 50 into 60 kilometers. Therefore, you're going to have your value, and then your units, they are going to be kilometer per minute, which simply means that you have to use the dimension analysis in order for you to come up with uh, the answer in which the units they are needed according to the question. But in this case, we are going to use dimension analysis at this point. So what you do, remember, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, and then we have to understand that in fact we already know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. We are not going to use hours, because in this case we have only been given minutes, and then we want to convert minutes to seconds, which simply means that we are going to use this conversion and also this conversion, and then you just say you multiply, and then you're going to set the units in such a way that they are going to cancel each other. Now, if we begin with kilometers, therefore kilometers, they are going to be down because they have to cancel each other, therefore they are supposed to be opposite, and then you are going to put meters on top, and then as you can see, we have a 1000 2 meters, and then we have a 2 kilometers, like that, and then you multiply this by, you are going to have uh, on minutes they are going to be on top because here they are down, and then you are going to have seconds down because we don't have seconds up or down there. So uh, where there is seconds, we are going to have a 60, so you write your 60. Where there is minute, we have a 1, so you write your 1 there, and then you cancel the ones that are opposite, kilometer and kilometer, minute and minute, and then you multiply everything on top, and then you multiply everything down. So we say 6 multiplied by 1000 multiplied by 1, we are going to get 6000. We are only having meters there because kilometers and minutes, they have cancelled, so you write meters, and then you divide this by, down there you are going to have, we are having a 50, we multiply it with a 1 there, also with a 60, we are going to get 300, I mean 3000, and then you are going to remain with a seconds down, so you write your seconds there, and then this will be equal to, as you can see, zeros and zeros, they are going to cancel, like that, and then 3 into 6, that is a 2, so we are going to have 2 meters per seconds. So that's how you convert, and then that's how you find your average speed.